And we are back. We are back with another episode. What's up, everybody?
Yo.
Our last episode with Sam was pretty good.
I think we had an awesome first time with our guest.
Yeah, that was actually really good with Sam. I saw that one video you posted today.
Yeah, I was very happy with that.
Yeah, we're actually like a month behind, right? Because we had just before. By the time you've seen this, Sam's episode should already have been posted.
Yeah.
But before Sam's episode was the episode right after Valentine's Day. It's like that Friday.
Where normally it's like we're way ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like we have episodes filmed way ahead of time. So we have like sort of like a grace period. But now it's like
We caught up.
fire under our asses. Like, yo, it's time to get back to filming.
Yeah, we caught up. And at this time, today's March 25th. So you guys are going to be seeing this probably sometime in April.
Yep.
So today's topic, support system.
Yeah. It's about the people that you surround yourself with, and that's huge in this world.
Yeah.
Because the people that you surround yourself with can really have a huge impact on who you are and who you become, and the future that is in store for you.
Your friends will, and it's in everything. It's friends, it's family, it's in the business industry, right? Anything that you're trying to do in life, you have a certain type of group of people that you want around you.
Yep.
For instance, on a business perspective, when I created the Suits in Business, it was for a bunch of entrepreneurs that had the same mindset or wanted to have the same mindset to get to where they want to be in life. And that's why I created the Suits in Business, to surround yourself with people.
Yeah.
I haven't done much with it. You know that.
We're very busy guys.
Life happened.
We're very busy guys.
It's not an excuse though. Life happened. I didn't get to do much with it. I still want to, but we still all keep in contact with each other.
The people that we originally had that Suits in Business night, and we were all still very much talking.
I mean,
and
we went out
engaging.
Saturday after the gym.
Exactly.
The only person we were missing was Joe.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But we went out for food, so that was great. And
got a good workout in.
Right. So let's touch base on the friends thing. Right.
Okay.
So the type of people that you surround yourself with, it's important on many different levels of you growing. And a lot of the times that changes.
Yeah.
Right? That support group changes. Someone might come in, someone might leave, someone might come in. Right? So from the time you were younger to now, how has your support groups been? Has they changed? Different people? How's it gone?
I would say so. So there is.
I would say so.
I would say.
I would say so.
Let me speak English. So I have one friend that I really still keep in my circle and keep in contact with, that has been in my life since I was 5 or 6.
Oh.
Yeah, I can. He's like blood to me. He's been through every single up and down, and vice versa. We've been in each other's lives for that long, where we've both been through shit, and we've both been there to support each other. And no matter what, I have his back and he has mine, and that's like sort of like a rock to me. Where if I ever feel like I'm out of line or something, I can go to him and ask for his opinion. And that, not to say that no one else in my circle I can't, but he's known me for 20 plus years.
Yeah, he's going to give you a different opinion versus someone else.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
But all the people that now I would say that I've surrounded myself with are, one, I want hard workers. To me, like seeing other people work hard helps drive myself. Like I already have a high ambition rate, or I'm very ambitious, and I want to strive to do good things, and everyone in my life is the same. And along with that is just genuinely good people. There's a lot of people that I've sort of gotten the weeds out of the garden, that I've seen patterns and habits that have come into their lives. I'm like, I don't want that, because I know when you have someone in your life that has a bad habit, there's a possibility of that, becoming a bad habit that you take on.
Right.
Just out of influence.
Right.
And so that's something where, an example is, I've never been much of a partier like going out to clubs, like in terms of high amounts. Like I think we all like going out as a social, here and there. We all need it. But someone who does it like every weekend, 2-3 nights a week, that was something that I needed to step away from, because I felt that for a month or two, I noticed that, like I was joining that, and I was like, I don't want to feel shitty the entire weekend going into that week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, apart from drinking and partying.
Yeah. So what about you?
Support group versus friends, I guess you can say, to me, are two different things, right? So you say you had somebody since you were 5.
Yeah.
So I have a friend of mine. He's known me since I was in kindergarten. Before kindergarten, actually. I think I was like 4.
Okay.
My brother and his brother were friends. His name was Jesus, lives in Queens. Until this day, I still talk to Jesus.
Yeah.
But would Jesus be someone that if I got married, would he be my best man or in the wedding party? Probably not.
Yeah.
But when him and I talk, or we meet up whenever we do, which is once every few years, and nothing's changed. We still talk like if we were talking all the time, right? That time hasn't passed.
Those are the best.
Right. So that's how you know that, even though that's how you know the difference between a friend and an acquaintance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
A friend, if you haven't spoke to them in a while, you guys hit it right off like there was no time apart. An acquaintance is like, oh, hey, how you been? What you been up to? That's good. Anything changed, right? But what a friend is like, yo, bro, let me tell you what happened. Right?
Yeah. There's a whole different energy.
It's different energy.
Whole different energy.
You don't need to be with that person all the time, but they know what's going on.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, in high school, I had a clique. Outside of high school, when you hit 18 to 24, I had a clique, right? Yep. And then I think when I hit 20, 25, 26, that clique changed completely.
Yeah.
It was me and the same people all the time. And then they were my support group. We would all hang out. It was all of us all the time. And then, you see people's true colors as time goes on.
Yep.
And you start to pick out the weeds.
Yeah.
Right? Like this one's gone, this one's gone, this one's gone. And I actually found myself with none of them.
So a complete, like, almost revamp.
Right. And the revamp was more for myself.
Okay.
Because they all still stood as a clique.
Okay.
And I was the outcast. Right? And I was the outcast because no one liked the fact that I would tell the truth. I didn't give a fuck about how you felt, what you were gonna say, what were you gonna say. It didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I rather you respect me as a friend because I'm telling you how it is, than candy coat it or lie to you. Like, that's not a real friend. Real friend doesn't lie to you.
Yeah.
And I would tell people this is how it is. This is how it is. This is it. You don't have a problem? Okay. So they weeded me out. Then at that time, you met Josh, which is like my little brother.
Yep.
I met Josh when I was 18. And then I was 18. Actually, I was 24. He was 18. I was kind of watching that kid grow up. And I was like his older brother. So Josh is in that clique now. And then when, this has got to be real. When shit gets rough, that's when you really see who your friends are, right? When things are when you're at the bottom of the bottom, when you're in the darkest of the darkest, you're in the trenches. Your guys that are going to be there to help you get the hell out, right? And Josh was one of those, right? You're one of those.
Yeah.
Sam's one of those. But you guys just recently came in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are other people that kind of weeded their way out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that they weeded their way out due to personal reasons. It's because people get married, people move, right? Life happens, and then they kind of start separating themselves.
It's just time, and experiences. I went through something similar where, you were talking about the cliques. High school, same thing, clique. College, clique. But when I moved back after college, I moved back here to Jersey, and I mostly lived in Long Island for high school. And and I didn't move back to Long Island. So I kind of, that drive was a little, that separated us, you know,
Right.
because I was working 6-7 days a week almost.
The physical drive.
The physical drive,
Gotcha.
because I was, you know, busting my ass working, and they were all still in college or, you know, doing stuff. So my clique changed due to my location, similar to how you're saying moving. And that's where I sort of, in my early to mid 20s, started forming a new group to what I have now today, along with recently adding you, Sam, you know, a bunch of other people that now I have, like, I feel that I've finally formed like the ideal group.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and there is sort of like two groups in itself. It's not like one, it's more like two that's like
yeah.
but I'm so thankful for everyone that I have in my life right now, because I feel like they have made me and pushed me to be where I am now.
Right.
You know, from seeing friends get married, to have their first kids, you know, to starting businesses and seeing all this different successes in different ways, and things that I aim to be like have helped me, you know, want to push forward.
Yeah, it's funny, back to the different cliques. So, you know, like I have you guys, right? And then I have another little clique that I hang out with, mainly more during the summer, which is, you know, Ian's cousins, Ian's boys. I hang out with them in the summer at the garage. But then I also have Regiment Zero, right? The team.
Yep. Yeah.
So I know that, here's the thing with Regiment Zero, with my team, my car club. For anybody that doesn't know what that is, Regiment Zero is the name of the car club here in Jersey, which is one of the top car clubs on the East Coast. If I hit any of them up and say, yo, any of them, I'm going through some shit, can we talk? Can we hang? No problem.
Yeah.
They won't even hesitate. And some of them, I only see them once every few months.
Yeah.
You know, but because we believe in that Regiment Zero so much,
Yeah.
that I just make a phone call and I figure it out. You know what I mean? With other people, it's kind of hard to do that. You know, like if I hit up Ian, like, yo, I'm going through it, Ian will be there, right? But there are some other people where you'll hit them up and I can't today, or hey, listen, hit me up tomorrow, we'll talk about it. For me, if one of my friends hit me up, you know, it could be 2 a.m. If you call me and say, if you call me 2 a.m, I know you call me for one or two reasons. Some shit happened or some shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right? Simple and plain.
Yeah.
So first thing I'm gonna do is pick up the phone and grab my gun. What happened? That's simple and plain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know why are you calling me at 2 a.m?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So with my cliques, I have groups of people that I can rely on for certain aspects of my life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, 100%. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But then you have this group for this, you have this group for this, you have this group for this. But you know that if these two outside groups were to form one, it would be this one group.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
So I know I have my team. I know I have Ian and his people, which are also my people now. And then I have like you, Josh, my other best friend Manny in Florida, which I'm going to see next week. So by the time he sees this, I'm already been there. So surprise, mother effer. And then, you know, I have Josh Kroll's and Harry and everyone that you met at the Friendsgiving.
Yep.
Those are my foundation.
Yeah.
Right? Because if everything else pulls away to the side, that is my foundation.
Yeah. Oh, I get that. 100%. And that's key. You know, that's 100% key. And it's about surrounding yourself with greatness. You know, that to me, what you just described is greatness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, you know, like, you know, as simple as that.
Yeah.
Because they're all different keys that fit in certain locks that help you become you and support you.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the best part about a support system. And for anybody that's sitting at home and going through it, you know, and you don't feel like you have that support system, what I would tell people is you can't go out there and just make a best friend.
Yeah.
You can't. The same way you can't go out there and just have a relationship with a girl or a guy. You can't. You build that over time, right? But what I would say is when you don't have that support system, or your support system is kind of so spread out that you hit this person up and they can't because they're married. You hit this person up because they're with their significant other. You can't hit this person up because they're engaged and they're doing. It's hard when you're single, right, to find a support system because everybody's always doing something with the person that they love, which is their part of their new support system.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, 100%.
So what I would tell someone is find a hobby.
I was gonna. If you didn't mention, I had a feeling you were.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Find a hobby, something that you can relate to with other people, and if you can relate to something with other, for instance, my car club was my hobby, right? Cars are my hobby, and I found my car club, and because of that, I found another support group.
We met each other through cars.
Yeah,
and we've told the story, but that's how we met.
Yeah,
our hobby.
I think every single one of my friends, besides Josh, I mean, every single one of them, bro.
Yeah,
has been because of cars.
I'm the same way. Other than the guy that I spoke, Caleb, who I've known since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing. It could be different reasons. Like I have my car crew, but then I have friends I met through photo shoots.
Right.
One of my best friends, Ray, Jay and Ray.
Ray J.
Yeah, but that's how I met him, and I consider him one of my brothers.
Yeah, and if I had no support group, and I was going through it, and if I had to figure out what to do, I would probably join something like kickboxing or boxing, or you can go to the gym, but a lot of people are in their own zones in the gym.
They're very focused on themselves, which great. That's what you should be there for. But I love the idea of kickboxing or boxing because especially say, just for example, it's one of those classes, you can be like, hey, like I'm new here. Like, what's your name? And connect on that sort of hobby, and then be like, hey, like I'm going to see you next week. And then you kind of build that repertoire, and then that can be like, yo, you want to go grab food after boxing?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you a story. Probably shouldn't tell the story. I'm going to tell it anyways because I don't care. I'm not hiding anything. I 100% transparent in this show. I will tell you guys anything because I don't care what anyone has to say.
I'm a little scared.
I just don't. So 2004, I was doing Taekwondo and Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm not going to say the master's name, but what I am going to say is when I first joined, I didn't know anybody. I also had just moved to Staten Island 2 years before that. So again, I didn't really know anyone. And it's funny. I got so good at doing jiu-jitsu and taekwondo that I started hanging out with the blue belts, right?
This was as you were a white belt?
I was a white belt.
Okay.
Yeah. I started hanging out with the blue belts, the blue-brown belts, the orange belts, right? Orange, even though orange is a step ahead of me, right? And 2 black belts. Like we all just hung out all the time. We never fought anybody because that's what it teaches you, discipline, right? I know I can mess you up, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try to talk my way out of it. And until you try to approach me and hit me, then I'm going to do my thing, right? That was how it was when I was younger.
Yeah.
But man, there was one time, I don't know if Timmy's even going to hear this because I haven't spoke to that dude since like 2006, 2007. But Timmy had came to the school, my high school, and he's like, bro, it's going down. And I went, what happened? He said, somebody hit my sister at Port Richmond High School, and we have to go over there. Somebody hit your sister. Say less. He rolls up. All of us. Now you got 2 black belts. You got
oh boy,
blue belts. You got my little white belt ass in the car. And I was just like, all right, 2 blades. I had 2 blades on me. They had sticks or whatever. We were going to town at Port Richmond.
I can tell this is not ending good.
So, no, it actually didn't end up bad. So what happened was Port Richmond got word that we were going over there because of the situation with the sister. So we got there and there was already 100, 200 people outside the school waiting for us to roll up. But they weren't there to fight. They were there to watch because they knew something was going to happen.
Oh, geez.
Right. Word got around the school that Wagner High School was coming to Port Richmond to beat some kids up because they messed with his sister. So we roll up. We all get out. And my little ghetto ass, I had do-rag on, right? I'm chilling. Ma, if you hear this, sorry, but this actually happened. And I got my blades in my pocket. I'm ready. Now, Timmy and the dude that hit us popping off, they're going at it back and forth, back and forth. No lie. Timmy kicked this dude in the head. Timmy, let me tell you a story. What happened with Timmy one day. Quick story. Me and him are sparring. We're this close. All of a sudden, his foot just goes. I was out. He was this close to me, bro.
So he's like the Zohan.
He was like this close.
His foot just goes.
Because I was here, and then he was, and his foot just came straight up. Bam. He did the same thing to that kid.
Oh man.
He was in his face, and his foot. It's like someone else's foot hit him.
Yeah.
It's so funny when I seen it, because I was like, damn, he hit me with that too. Now I see what happened.
That's deja vu.
I know that dude's out. So the dude knocked out.
Okay.
Fight over.
Yeah.
We're done.
So that was the guy that you were going for.
Yeah.
Okay.
So his boys were like debating on jumping in.
Yeah.
And you see them, they're like itching.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
and we're all standing there like, yo, we're ready. But we were ready in a Taekwondo stance.
Yeah.
We weren't ready just like we were ready. We're like, yo, let's go if you want to go. And then they just nah.
Yeah.
So they grabbed him and they kind of like pulled him away.
Retreat.
Yeah. So we all got in the car and then we left because you heard the cops coming from that road.
Yeah.
But man, that was funny as hell.
Oh.
But anyways, if you're gonna join Taekwondo or Jiu-Jitsu, don't get yourself into things like that. Please, it's not necessary. But they'll teach you that. I was in high school, so it's stupid.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's what happened. But back to what you were saying, right? Reiterate on that joining something.
So I mean, it doesn't matter. We gave the example of kickboxing, boxing, whatever. It could be a multitude. If you're into RC cars. There's plenty, probably groups of that. There's groups on Facebook for everything, or Instagram pages of groups, and you just look up maybe a local area to where you are and see if there's anything there. And if not, it's worth a try starting something, because I guarantee you that there's probably someone else in your area that has a similar hobby or interest.
Right.
Right.
So that was it. Say it again. Hobby
or interest.
Hobby.
Yeah.
Right. If you have a hobby. There it is.
Yeah.
There's your go-to.
A huge one. Cosplay. I know that's a huge thing. So it's like, that could be another thing.
Cosplay.
Like Comic-Con. I'm talking like Marvel.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the privates.
No, I knew when you looked at me like
doors.
I knew when you looked at me like that. I was like, this guy.
You guys are into cosplay.
Yeah. Go to the sex store.
Yeah. Here's a banana. I'm the Mario Brothers.
No, it's like anime, cartoons and all that.
Blow up dolls. Right. Yeah. So, all right. Let's play a quick game.
Okay.
Fast. It's gonna be a fast game.
What is the game?
Okay. The game is you're gonna say something. You're gonna say one thing that's a hobby, and then I'm gonna say one thing that's a hobby. Then you're gonna say one thing that's a hobby. We're gonna do it fast for 15 seconds. Ready?
15 seconds.
15 seconds. And I'll start first. Ready?
Okay.
Overlanding.
Cars.
Bowling.
Baseball.
Pool.
Bowling. Shit. I did that.
You lost. That's a good
Nice.
All right.
Another one that I've actually a good one. Professionally, I do videography and photography, but that's how I've also met people.
Right. That's how we kind of hit it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to, before we move on to the next part that I wanted to bring up, I have a interesting. This isn't part of Cody's quotes. This is not part of Cody's quotes.
Okay.
But this is a really. I think that it's really strong, and I think a lot of people could, just really connect with it. And it's, when you have $1 million vision, don't surround yourself with 1 cent minds.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That is actually a pretty good one. Right. You have $1 million vision. Don't surround yourself with 1 cent minds.
Yeah.
So I will raise you this.
Okay.
And I heard this before, so I'm not taking full credit of it, but I'm probably going to construe a little bit. But anyways, there are 3 different types of minds, right? There's small-minded people who like to talk about other people. There are that medium type of minded people that like to talk about events. And then you have the big-minded people that like to talk about ideas, right?
Yeah.
And I like to surround myself with the top 2 mainly the top one. People like to talk about ideas.
Yeah.
But you have to talk about current events to kind of get a gauge of what's going on.
Yeah.
But those small-minded individuals that just want to talk about people all the time.
Gossip and bullshit.
Yeah, I don't mind the gossip once in a while, right? If you're trying to carry a conversation or you want to make a conversation, small conversation, I get it. But your life shouldn't be revolved around what someone else is doing all the time.
No, 100%.
So what are the type of... God damn it. You looked straight up at me. Oh, okay. What are the type of people that you would like to surround yourself with?
So I have a list that I formed before we started filming, and there's 4 main ones, and I think these are the most important. I mentioned hard workers already. Mm-hmm. The other one is dreamers and visionaries. Positive thinkers and smart people. We don't want no dumb people.
I don't know how I feel about the smart people only. You know why? Because we don't know everything.
No, well, okay, so then you're taking it the wrong way. I don't mean it as in like no one knows everything. No, but I don't want someone having stupid and dumb decisions in their life that's going to affect me in negative ways.
I
want someone who is thorough and like isn't just lollygagging in life and
right, the small-minded individual. Yeah. Because I get that. That I understand.
Maybe the wrong label. I guess.
No, what I meant when you say things like just for people to not think a certain way. That's why I kind of wanted you to reiterate a little bit more. Because anybody could sit down and say, "Oh, if I'm not smart, then I can't have a click." Like,
by no means do I have a high IQ, you know. Right. But I know I'm not stupid.
You don't want people that are detrimental to the group.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is, right? Yeah. Like if you have no drive, you have no desire, and don't get me wrong, sometimes you need to find that click to help give you that drive and that desire to move forward and do what it is that you want them to do or what you need to do, like help push you to that.
Yeah.
But if you're stagnant and you just sit back and say, oh, I'm just here for the ride, I don't care what I'm doing, then you're just going to slow the train down.
Yeah.
That's kind of all you're going to do.
And I get when you're younger, it's easier to not identify who that is. But for me, where I'm at now, almost at 30, I know, and that's not to like say that I wouldn't give someone a chance, you know, but there are definitely signs and patterns that I can see in people where I'm like, all right, I see who you are, where you are, and with what you're doing, your trajectory. And that's not something that I need in my life.
Right. And now
I will give guidance if they ask for it, but in terms of like having you around possibly all the time, that's something that I, you know.
Right. It's kind of like a relationship. Like you just said it. If I see you doing dumb things and stuff like that, then I don't need you around, right? But if you relate that to a significant other in a relationship, you won't leave that. You're going to try to push that person to do better. When you're in a relationship, that's just what it is.
But I'm not going to start a relationship with someone.
In your group?
No. But in terms of like, no. But so, you know, in the past, I've gone on dates where there was, you know, this person that literally had no ambition, no drive, no career. And I'm like, well, what are you doing? Because they did have hopes and dreams. So I'm like, okay, but what are those? You know, what are you doing to do that? And they're like, oh, nothing. I'm like, all right, so then you're literally just smoking pot every single day and doing nothing with your life.
You're just dreaming.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like stuff like that where it's like, if I see that you're working hard toward your stuff, that's all that matters. You know, as long as you're putting the effort in. But if you're saying you want to achieve this, you want to do this in life, you want to purchase these things, you want to, you know, all these things that you want to do, but you're doing nothing to actually get there, then, you know.
Yeah, I guess you really need a vision.
Yeah.
You know, for your support system.
Visionaries, dreamers and visionaries. I have, you know, it's on my list.
Yeah, you definitely need a vision. I feel sometimes in life those visions just get a little construed. They get a little blurry depending on where you are, you know, and that's why you need the support group, because if things are getting tough, you know, and I'm speaking from experience, especially right now, how I feel, you know?
Yeah.
And when you feel like things just don't make sense or, you know, you're torn in whatever situation that you're dealing with at the moment, whether it be business or pleasure, right? Or someone, you kind of, you end up kind of putting things in the back burner until you figure out what it is emotionally you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And I've put, again, the suits and business, I put that on the back burner for a while. And lately I haven't really found much drive to do anything. And you and I had that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I know things could be worse. And you know, I always said this, and I don't know if you guys have heard me in the past say this, but I'm going to say, I don't think I did, but I'm going to say it anyways. You ever watch a horror movie?
I kind of try to stay away from those. I'm not gonna lie.
I love horror movies.
Daniela has had me watch one.
Yeah.
I don't like going to bed with, thinking that someone's gonna pop out of the closet and cut my ACL off or something like that.
I love horror movies, man. I would watch a horror movie and I'll go right to bed. So
no, I need to watch some like cartoons after.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, right.
But with why did I mention horror movies? So if you notice in every horror movie, you haven't watched them, but for everybody listening, right? One of my favorite horror movies is Insidious and The Conjuring. And in those, there's demons, right? And there's demons, and then you got the devil that, releases the demons out into the world, whatever. They all have one thing similar, especially The Exorcist. And a lot of people don't realize this, but what the demon tries to do is take over your mind. He doesn't cause harm to you. He doesn't kill a family member. He doesn't make you lose your job. That's not what the devil does, right? That's not what the enemy tries to do. He tries to take over your mind because he knows that if he can get control of your mind, you'll fuck everything else up on your own.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. So sometimes when you're going through this dark phase or this just shit, right? 'Cause it's shit. Let's be real. The shit that I'm dealing with right now in my own fucking head is just, I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm over it, and I'm tired of it. And, I sit down and I question, when the fuck is it going to be my turn to just be happy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I am happy. I appreciate everything that I have. I don't take it for granted. But sometimes you just get into this space where it's just, you kind of just want to be left the fuck alone, You're just like, leave me in my cave. I'm good. Just leave me alone, right? But it takes that support group with the help of God to get you out of that cave, And it takes my friends to hit me up. Hey, how are you doing? How you holding up? How you feeling today? Yeah. What happened? And when you lose that or you don't have that, that's hard for someone who's dealing with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And that's why you need to have that support group to help get you out of the darkest places that you may have ever been, because your brain is the darkest place you'll ever live.
Yeah.
And I'm moving forward, I'm dealing with it. It is what it is. What happened has happened. But sometimes a support group isn't always just your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that significant other is like you had 5 good friends and then you have your significant other, which almost adds up to your 5 good friends, because you know that they're off doing life, but I'm doing life with you.
Yeah.
And because I'm doing life with you, you are now my support group. You are now my supporter all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like, you're the first person that I'm going to reach out to. Babe, I'm having a rough day. Babe, I'm having a good day. Babe, how's your day going? Babe, how you feel today? Are you in pain? Are you good? Are you happy? Something bothering you? Are you sad? Are you upset? Do you need change? What's going on in your mind? Because that's the first person that you want to reach out to, because they give you a comfort that support group can't give you.
Yeah.
In a different way. So even though I have all my support groups and my friends, and I love all you guys, like to my core, I'll take a bullet for every single one of you. You still feel like something's missing. And it's kind of where I'm at. You know, I feel like part of me is missing.
Yeah.
You know, but again, certain people can't fill that void. They can just help distract you from it. It's kind of like going down a bumpy road and you know that there's a big pothole there.
Yeah.
And your boy's like, yo, bro, go left. Oh, got you. You go around it.
Yeah.
Until it's time for you to scoot back around. And then you're like, I have to try to remember that's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can't.
No, it ain't that easy.
No. And that's having the support group help me and anybody else that's going through it to get through it. You need it. You really need it. You know, it could be a brother, it could be a sister, but we all know that kind of is a little different. But it's your friends that you feel that are blood. Those are the ones that'll always be there.
Yeah. The family that you've chosen.
Right. Ooh.
Yeah.
The family that you've chosen. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You want to hit it with the Cody quotes?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, ready?
Let's swing on in there.
And go. It's Cody's quotes.
Hey,
It's Cody's quotes. Hey,
it's written on a note.
Hey, and
cut it.
bam.
Yo, that was really, yo.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You know, dap that up.
We're getting. Oh shit, my bad.
No, it's all good.
We're getting better at that. That's how you know when the episode's going. When I'm almost done.
You know, I put no ice in there.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Tastes exactly like Jersey water.
all of last episode with Sam. When I'm editing it, all I hear is cling, 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 cling from you drinking.
For me?
Yeah.
No.
You drank you were drinking the entire episode.
Damn, son. Yo, my bad, guys.
The reel that I posted today, I had to up the music a little bit because I hear you. If you pay attention to it, you can hear in the song. It's like, is that part of the song?
Man, I was drinking so much water. Shit, my bad. My bad, guys. And listen, it's not as bad as that one episode with the camera that kept blurring in and out.
Oh, yeah.
That irked the shit out of me. I was about to call it. Like,
well, what do you think about me?
me?
What about the camera that died on me? I was non-existent. My voice would go and then it'd just stay you. Like I forgot a floating head.
No, listen, we're not new at this.
No.
All right, hit it with the Cody
ready?
quotes.
Ready for
Let's
this? Go. This is a good one. I think you're gonna like this a lot.
Okay.
Same thing with all y'all.
Y'all.
All y'all.
Oh, all y'all.
All y'all.
y'all.
All right, here we go. If you surround yourself with people who possess no vision, soon enough you'll be blind.
Yo, wait. What the I don't know. I have no idea why that made me laugh for a second.
Yo, I got super deep with it, and then you just spit in my face. Fuck.
No, you know what it was? I'm sitting here, I'm looking up, and I'm listening to it, right? But then the picture of me in that last Cody quotes, and I was just like this, like a sideways dog that popped in my head. So
I'm going to read this one more time for you.
Yes, please.
Let's try it,
Keep our composure.
Yeah, we're going to keep our composure.
Go.
If you surround yourself with people who possess no vision, soon enough, you'll be blind.
I get what you're saying there. My take on it is you have to continue to move in life, and life is about goals, not dreams, right? Achievements, not goals, right? You want to say, I need to achieve this, I need to achieve this, I need to achieve this, right? And we had this conversation at the Suits and Business. The difference between goals, right? Everybody says, oh, I have a goal, I have a goal, I have a goal. But when you say you have something that you want to achieve, you'll actually push harder because you want it to be an achievement. It's kind of like playing a video game. When you know you need to get all of these certain things to hit a certain achievement, you'll take a lot more time.
I'll do all those side quests to get that shit.
Right, to get that achievement. But let's say the goal is to have 500 kills. You'll play a little bit of that, but when the achievement will give you something greater, right? They don't say, oh, your goal is 500 kills. No, hit an achievement, 500 kills, right? But you'll get something greater and bigger out of an achievement than you will out of a goal. Goals are good. Don't get me wrong. Goals are good, especially short-term goals. But take those short-term goals and let them pile into achievements. And then when you sit down and you look at it, you say, oh shit, I did all of this because I made this little short-term goal. Like my short-term goal for the business would be, I need 2 more clients, right? But the achievement I need is 10 clients a week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to aim towards, right? So now let's say Cody and we're best friends, but he's not driven. He has no idea where he's going. He doesn't really care about where he's going. He doesn't see a future within himself. He's just doing life. And I'm over here like, yeah, I got to do this and I got to do that and I got to do that. Cody, I need help with this, or what do you think about this? And he's always like, yeah, I guess. I know
you want to just come over and hang out?
Yeah, like you just, what? You know what I mean? So I think that's what that means, right?
Yeah.
You need people who are high visions, headstrong in your life. If not, then you just get dragged down.
Yeah, 100%. Hit the nail right on,
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
I learned there was just those 2 buttons. I don't know what
those are the only 2 that we matter.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So sorry guys, I kind of went down a little dark path there.
It's all good. It's all good.
Just kind of vented off. That's not. I'm just going through stuff. That's all. It is what it is. We all go through shit, right? He goes through shit. I go through shit. You watching this has gone through shit. We all go through shit. It's how we get out of the shit is what makes us or breaks us. That's it, right? I told somebody that today, you don't drown with your head above the water. You drown by keeping your head under the water. And I try not to drown. So I'm just keeping my head above the water and I just keep,
and that's all you can do,
Yeah. So before let's kind of round everything off a little bit.
Yeah.
The number one reason for support group is to help you, and this is my opinion, the number one reason for a support group is to help you get through life, as well as teach you how to help someone else get through life.
Yeah, I like that. I think that in life, without the people that we surround ourselves with, I don't know if I could go through it. The people in my life that I have, it would not make it worth going through. Whether that is my loved one, you, my other best friends, all my circles are what drive me to be the best version of myself so I can be there for them. Right. So they are giving me the motivation to become a better person to then help them. Like it's almost like a give and take. It's like their lives and their drive and their ambitions and what they do in life drive me to become better, and that elevates me, and then I hope that I do the same for them. And I think that with a lot of people who don't have those support groups feel lost, and I feel that if I didn't have my support groups, I would feel lost. I would still go through the motions, but there are things that I do because there's so many joys in this world, and having to experience life with awesome people is one of the greatest things that you can create memories with. And when we die, we don't bring all the materialistic things that we get through our journey in life. Just the memories that we've created with the people that we surround ourselves with.
That is your thumbprint on the world, right? The people that you affect going through life will determine on the legacy that you have left behind or you will leave behind. That's it. So I hope that I left a mark on enough people in my life So that way I know that when I die, when my time is up on this earth, people will still remember me. And, memories fade.
Yeah.
They go in that filing cabinet deep in the back of your head. Sometimes you try to pull that drawer out and you see a piece of paper sticking out. You're like, oh, and then there goes a memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's your mark on the world, is the people that you surround yourself with. And you guys got to remember that. And us doing the podcast has touched so many lives already.
Yeah. To a point where we didn't think it would hit at this point.
No. We're just two guys who have gone through our own shit, who just has learned how to kind of deal with it, and we give the best advice that we can to the people that are listening. And we get a lot of DMs on Instagram. I mean, a lot of DMs of people just, I'm dealing with this and I'm dealing with that and I need help with this, but I can't figure this out. And we are by no means psychologists
or professionals
or professional therapists. Yeah, we're not.
By no means.
Yeah.
We are just two guys trying to help people go through the world a little bit easier.
Yeah.
They need a voice to hear, a hand to be held, something that will help them.
Yeah. So, I have no problem responding to DMs because some people just don't have that outcry. They don't have that ability to speak to anybody, or maybe they feel a lot of people don't give a shit. But if I touch one life in this entire podcast, then it was far well worth it.
Yeah.
If we are your support group and you look forward to us every day, posting, or you look forward to our videos, we thank you so much for that.
Tremendously.
We love you guys. You have no idea. But this is about real life. This is a real podcast. This isn't about trying to make one gender fight another gender or give you excuses by one gender would act this way to a certain gender. Like, we're not like that. We're not talking about politics, about this president versus that president. We're not talking about, religion, this religion versus that religion. Yeah, we mentioned what we believe in, but you guys are more than willing to believe whatever it is that you want to believe.
Yeah.
But I think, did we touch base on everything that you wanted to touch base about?
I think so. I think that this could easily be another podcast if we have like a guest, to get someone else's opinion on who they surround themselves. But I think as far as our conversation, I think, we covered everything. And
Well, one more thing I want to mention.
Yeah.
Right? I think we have enough time.
No, yeah, we're good. We got around like 5 minutes.
If you are seeing that someone that is close to you who has an additional support group, and that additional support group is actually detrimental to that person, you need to tell them. If you see that person, right, let's say your best friend, and your best friend is hanging out with this group of people, and there you can tell that they're going to get them into drugs, or they're going to get them into alcohol, or they're going to get them into some shit that's going to happen. You're that person's other support group, and you need to tell them, bro, I don't know, or girl, I don't know if that's a good idea that you do that, because this and this and this looks like it's happening and you're about to go down that spiral. And it's the same thing in a relationship. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you see that their friends are really not healthy for them, you have to learn how to explain that without coming off as jealous.
There's a fine line that you have to not cross, because they could take it in a completely different way and then sort of execute you possibly if they feel offended to the max.
Right. You kind of have to touch it with like a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah.
And there's certain ways that you need to explain that to the person. If I was in that situation, I'd be like, bro, I got to talk to you. This is kind of what I've noticed. And every time that you do this, it's usually because of this person or that person. And if you continue down that path, and not saying that it's going to go in this direction, but as someone that loves you and cares about you, and I know you're smart, I'm not saying you're stupid, I'm not saying you're going to do something, but you just never want to be put in a position where you sit down and say, oh shit, or damn, I should have never, or how did I end up here, or I trusted them.
Yeah.
You kind of have to tippy toe your way around that conversation, but at the same time be truthful, because you don't want to lie to the person, right?
And the last thing that you want is if you don't say something and then something negative happens, and then it's that regret that I could have helped or saved that person possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to live life with regrets. I try my damn hardest not to live life with regrets. So, anyways, we hope that helped you guys.
We appreciate you guys. If you don't want to forget about showing us some love, don't forget to like, comment down below maybe what you do to, how your support group is, what your hobbies and interests are, how you met your people. Leave that down below. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell, because that's important, so you know when we upload.
Yep.
And
you can actually hit there's a notification on Instagram too, so you guys can hit the notification on Instagram. Right. I think it's like up here on these. Up here. I'm not on Instagram. Yeah. Those 3 little dots on top of Instagram. Also, if you've missed out on this episode,
we'll have a following episode somewhere.
Right here somewhere. Yeah. Click whatever it is, and make sure you give it a thumbs up, because that helps the channel a lot.
And we will see you guys in the next one.
See you in the next one. Peace.